Nature builds bridges. 3 natural bridges, the only ones of their kind in the world, symmetrical. Considerable numbers dwelt near the bridges. Ruins near each, considerable in size. Winds covered with sand. Nothing but mounds remain. Trees grow on them. Among the canyons of the southeastern Utah are the great natural bridges, forming the only group of the kind in the world, unless more are to be found some day in this same vast, mysterious Colorado River plateau, which is constantly yielding new surprises to explorers. The Rainbow Bridge is the largest of all natural arches yet discovered, and is only 4 miles from the summit of Navajo Mountain, from which the bridge appears as the tiniest of arches in a wilderness of rock. It was not discovered until 1909. It is 309 feet high with a span of 278 feet. The group bridges in Utah have been set aside by the government. The Caroline Bridge is about 3 miles from Edwin. It is a wonderfully symmetrical bridge of pinkish sandstone. The tremendous thickness of the stone above the arch rather dwarfs the arch itself in dimension, height, 205 feet, thickness at the top of the arch, 107 feet, span 186 feet. The Augusta Bridge, which is about 2 miles from Caroline, and which also spans the White Canyon, is of light-colored sandstone. Against the contrast, it is 222 feet high and spanned 261 feet. It is evident that the cliff dwellers lived in considerable numbers near the natural bridge group. There are ruins near each of the bridges. This is important. These cliff ruins are of considerable size. In this country of sweeping winds and constantly shifting sands, it does not take long for ruins to be filled in, and sometimes nothing but mounds remain. As we've already shown, all these 4 or 5-story houses, advanced houses with fireplaces, metallurgy, okay, they're buried by mounds of sand. These mounds become covered with vegetation, and sometimes large cotton trees grow on top of them. Okay, just think of the age required. Think of the age required for sand to slowly cover a 5-story building, and then for large trees to grow on that. Work of exploration here, similar to that is carried on in the Mesa Verde National Park, undoubtedly will prove well worthwhile. Ruins can be plainly traced in the sand as the bottom of the White Canyon near the Caroline Bridge and at other places. All of these bridges are surrounded by ruins. Clues in the pottery. The smallest of the 3 group bridges is the Edwin, which is 104 feet high with a span of 194 feet and 10 feet thick at the top of the arch. It is Posacan to that discovered in Pueblo ruins further south. The same symbolic figures, notably, listen closely, the same symbolic figures, notably the Iwanu, which is something akin to the swastika, are to be found in these Utah ruins, showing that the cliff dweller people here were related to those in southwestern Colorado, northeastern Arizona, and northwestern New Mexico. Now, really important fact, okay? So this is what the AI generated here. I am saying that these are constructed, okay? The bridges are surrounded by gigantic cities that have been melted or destroyed or whatever, melted, destroyed, and buried, several things. They're covered in swastikas. Now, the swastika is great because when we covered the history of the name Utah and how it comes long before the Mormons, and well, the Mormons that we're referencing are our timeline Mormons, and that the swastika, like the Phoenicians, like the Egyptians, and all of these races that shared that root word of Utah, shared the same symbols.